What's up, guys? It's been a while since I've made a YouTube video, so I wanted to jump on here and show you my humble little rig. Now, this is the rig that I play out with my band. This is not my church rig. I've made some videos on this Vox AC 15, so I'm not going to really hit too much on this amp, but this is my trusty rusty Vox. I'm going to kind of show you more of this pedal board and just the relation that this gear has, you know, how they interact with each other, my guitar, and just why I landed on some of these pedals. None of these pedals are exactly real special. I mean, this whole rig is not exactly nothing real special, but they're very good pedals as far as I'm concerned. I landed on these pedals. You know, some of them I had around, some of them I purchased specifically for this board, but I just kind of want to show you guys my little rig here. And if you've seen any of my shorts or watched any of the Ryan Greer Band stuff on YouTube, this is what you're hearing with that band. This is not my church rig, but I'm going to kind of start by showing you my signal path a little bit, and then here in a second I'll jam a little bit just to show you some stuff on my Jazzmaster, which is the guitar I've been playing most lately. But first of all, you got the old trusty rusty chromatic tuner. That's an old TU2 that I've had around for a while, you know, years. But then it goes right into this JHS Clover. So that is an always on pedal for me. It always stays on, and I'll try to get some close-ups of the, you know, the actual, what I have the settings on, but that just kind of helps me hit the front end of this amp. And I have a video on that pedal out there on YouTube, which I'll link some of these videos I'm speaking of in the description. That is the JHS, like I said, always on, and then directly into this wah pedal. Now, I had a Morley Bad Horsie, which is what this is. This is the 2020, the smaller version. I had the big version up for many years, and that's actually on my church board. And I just have never found a wah that I like better than these Morleys, just because of the fact you don't have to mash the crap out of it to get it to engage, to click that little button to get it going. You can just, you know, it's already going, and it just feels a lot smoother than a lot of like the phasal, like the crybaby style wahs. To me, it's just these little knobs you have on the contour stuff. You can adjust them, give it a volume boost and stuff, but it just feels like a smoother sweep. Like it's not quite as like ear piercingly, you know, sharp on that high end of the wah. But you know, I really like the Morleys myself. But this goes from there straight to this MXR Classic 108 Fuzz, and that's a fairly newer pedal I've been using here lately. I'm not much on fuzz, but I've been using it and been, you know, finding ways to use it on solos and stuff in my shows a little bit here and there. So you got the Morley into the fuzz, and then directly into my overdrive, which is the Boss OD3. I have a video on that one I've actually done too, and this is my, as I call it in another video, my desert island pedal. This is probably, if I just had to pick a favorite pedal, this is my favorite pedal ever. I don't know exactly what it is about it. It just seems to always do what I want it to do, whether it's just a slight, you know, edge of breakup boost to a full-on, you know, raunchy, almost metal sound. It just has always done exactly what I want. It's a tank. All Boss pedals are just tried and true. So I love that pedal, and I use that like for like 95% of my solos, other than maybe sometimes I might be picking some little bluesy stuff where I'm not using, you know, any extra boost other than, you know, what the JHS Clover is already doing. But so from there you got it. I have my signal that goes up here to this chorus, which chorus is one of my all-time favorite, you know, special effects as far as, you know, modulation goes and stuff. So this Julia does an awesome job, and I'm a big fan of like the Boss CE1, CE whatever, you know, CE2s, all of those. But this Julia, it looks cool for one thing, but it does exactly what I need to do. It can get really zany, wild, but it also just has a beautiful, lush chorus sound. So then out of there, we are going to the Boss DD7. So this one, I will click on a few random songs to just give like a more spacey. I have it on the analog setting, and it just has like a kind of high repeats, this kind of, for some of our more psychedelic stuff. I'll usually combine that with this little cheapo Fender reverb pedal, the hammer tone reverb. But from there, the signal path goes into this analog delay. And now this is the only other pedal on this board that is an always on pedal. So you have your JHS Clovers on, but this one is set to a slap, like a slap back. Like it kind of just gives a beefiness to it. It gives it, you know, kind of like a in the room reverberation, just like a fast slap back. And it's part of the reason, you know, why I use that is it really goes well with the old style of, you know, the guitars I play, this amp. It's just a very vintage sound I have going all together. I'm going for like a real 60s, just kind of surfy / rock kind of sound. But this analog delay is always on. So, and from there you have this reverb, and like I said, I will hit that on some random songs. Same with the chorus, they're kind of, you know, sprinkled in, you know, for taste, you know, here and there. I'll have it set up for a song. But other than that, that is the signal path. Let's show you some of the sounds. I'll kind of walk you through, you know, some of the stuff I do. Alright, I have my trusty Jazzmaster here. This is the American Vintage 2 1966. I've had this guitar since the beginning of the year now, and I've really come to like it a lot. This thing has a lot of vintage juju going on. It's really got some really cool old school feel. I mean, the tones I can get out of it are just, I've been really enjoying it. But I also use my tellies, but this guitar is really does the trick as far as that old school feel I'm going for. But let's show you what this sounds like with all the pedals disengaged. So right here we have the guitar straight through the amp. None of this stuff is on. So let's turn on the JHS Clover. So as you can see, that adds a lot of hair. Kind of a compression thing going on, but it just adds a lot more character. So that dude is always on. And I'm going to show you now the Ibanez, this little analog delay pedal that I have. This is the other always on, and you can tell without it. So see, it just gives that kind of a warbly, almost like a tape saturation, I guess you could say. But it adds, you know, a little bit more to the notes, and just kind of gives that slapback feel, that classic slapback deal. And you know, like I said earlier, you could use basically any delay pedal would get you very close to what this is doing right here. It's just adding that extra slapback deal. But so we're in that middle well, the toggle is in the middle position, which is where I'm usually at when I play my shows. Other than when we're playing like a twangy country or some more rocky stuff, but like probably 75% of the time I'm on that combination of the bridge and neck pickups. But let's show you the Boss OD3, which is one of the other main pedals that I would hit, you know, for a solo or something. So without it, you can see that obviously gives it a good volume boost the way I have it set up. I don't have it set up to really, you know, give it a whole lot more like a distortion even. It just really boosts the notes and gives me more sustain. It just, again, it's the same way with that Clover. It's just adding some hair to the notes, giving it more character. But you know, some of our songs I'll play with that on, some of the more rock and more bluesy stuff that's kind of like roadhouse blues stuff we do. But you know, without it, you know, you kind of have this. Gives you more. But this Fuzz, the MXR 108, this is one that I like to kind of combine that sometimes when I use my wah, because again it helps tame some of those really crazy, those high frequencies when you have that wah, you know, that toe down and kind of that real nasally high pitched stuff. So with the Fuzz it's a little bit more of a smoother distortion. But the Fuzz is set up, you know, pretty much full blast. Quite as much, but it can get, you know, that real just nasty old school kind of Hendrixy kind of thing. You know, I love it. But also we got the chorus, the Julia. This is for some of our special songs to do that just, you know, I'm trying to add a little texture to, but I usually have it set kind of like this. You know, what you expect from a chorus. And then when I would like to get real trippy, you have, I'll click this reverb on, and then I'll click this DD7 in it. If you hold it down, you actually can do a tap tempo. But I have it set to kind of as you can see, that gets out of hand real fast, so I don't get real notey usually when I'm doing that, or it gets kind of busy, but I like to kind of let notes hang out there and just kind of let them sustain out and stuff. But let's see, I'm going to show you the bridge pickup, which this is kind of, you know, when I'm doing more of our old school country stuff, some of our, you know, rock and roll that we do and stuff that, you know, I'm usually on that bridge pickup. So, you know, it just has a little bit more bite to it. But that's the basic sounds that I get out of this little rig, and it just really does the trick for me. It meshes well with Ryan, my other, bandmate that plays rhythm and sings. He's got the Fender Deluxe Reverb, and just it's almost a little harsh sometimes all by yourself, especially on that bridge pickup. But it just, as far as the lead stuff I do with the band, with the whole mix, to me, it's really, it just does the trick. It does it for me. And I've really enjoyed this little rig here. And like I said, any of this stuff, man, you could really get what you're looking for out of other pedals. These pedals just kind of do what I need them to do, though. But anyways, it's good to finally be back on YouTube. I've kind of took a big hiatus here. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. I was happy to finally share with you guys the exact rig I've been using. And at some point, I'm going to do one on my church rig, which is a ginormous, huge, over-the-top pedal board that kind of just sits at the church. But I'm going to bring that big boy home one day and do one on it so you can check that one out. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you're new to Ike's Jam Room, hit the subscribe button, leave some comments, tell me how bad my guitar playing stinks, anything, just a little feedback here. But we'll see you next time.